Welcome back to Film Room, presented by Chick-fil-A. I'm Sammy Kincaid, and today I have with me cornerbacks coach Corey Bell and running back coach Anthony Tucker. Welcome, you guys.
Thanks, Sammy.
Welcome, great to be here.
And get to talk about another win, another 1-0. You want to start over here on the offense side of the ball, what you saw from your running backs last week?
Well, it really wasn't just the running backs. Offensively, great effort across the board. Starts with the O-line always. Obviously, we got a ton of great players. But right here, what we're looking at here early in the game, playing a very disciplined, tough defense from Navy. Get down to the goal line situation. Everybody in the stands knows what we're going to do. They know what we're going to do. We know what we're going to do. It's a mentality play. It's an established line of scrimmage play, toughness play. So here, obviously, we're going to run the football. Got our big back in the game. See Hescott coming across, violent, hat speed on the kick. Running backs pressing hard inside. Got you playing to your doubles. All right, and one of the things around here is we play as long as it takes to win each individual play. We want to go 1-0 on every play. Okay, they stand us up. Guys are still playing, fighting, touchdown. And that's how you establish the line of scrimmage.
And what did you see from the defensive side that you really liked from last week?
As far as our defense in terms of what we was able to do, right here versus Navy, they gave us a snug set. So the first thing for us is just establishing eye contact. We had to have great discipline with our eyes. That's the one thing we talked about all week in terms of our prep. Guys been in the right place. And on this particular play, we had a snug formation. So we just wanted to make sure all hats were accounted for. The great thing about here, you had Zen motion here. So the corner here to the field, in this case, Causey had to do a good job of keeping his eyes on his receiver. Now, the one thing people that goes unnoticed, Pat, 56, the backer, did a great job of staying home backside. So now you're getting this receiver crossing the field, allowing some underneath help with the corner. And one thing we preach in terms of this is ball me man. So in the red zone, we want to undercut this. Be in front of that guy, the ball is coming, me, and then the man. Those two guys did a great job of establishing themselves and getting deflection on the ball. We ended this drive +4 because we held them to a field goal try, which they made. So the guys did a good job in terms of, communicating and then executing down in the red zone, which was huge for us.
Hopefully they'll do it again this week.
Exactly, and those are the things we're talking about. Just being disciplined across the board. If we can do that and, just communicate with each other in terms of our assignments and where we are, ball placement, those type of things, knowing that the ball is near hash, far hash, and communicating with each other, it'll put us in position to make plays. So it's going to be important this week as well as we did last week if we want to go 1-0 this week. So we'll do a good job of doing that.
Well, before we get into the film from this week, what you've been looking at, it's a huge game and there's a huge stage. I know that you've dealt with College Game Day before. How excited are you guys to have such a large stage coming here to UCF?
To me, it's you got to take one day at a time, one game at a time. You want people to show up. You want people to. This is why you do it. Obviously, you want to be successful, but if you make it bigger than it is, well, then you kind of lose sight of really what the goal is you got to play one play at a time. You got to execute at a high level. You got to play harder than your opponent no matter who's watching. Nobody's in the stands. You still got to execute the same way. So to me, the way we approach things is just one day at a time, one play at a time, trying to go 1-0. That's it.
But how exciting is it for the university, for the program to get to this point? We were kind of talking about it a little bit.
Well, yeah, we talked about that earlier. It's very exciting in terms of that, the university and the student body, getting them a chance to experience the whole thing, like myself, and I'm pretty sure Coach Tucker has been a part of it. In terms of a preparation standpoint for us, it's one day at a time, one rep at a time. But for the university as a whole, our AD, our president, and everyone involved, it's an exciting time, no doubt about it.
All right, well, now let's go ahead and look at some of the film that you've been looking at against Cincinnati.
Yeah, just preparing for these guys. The quarterback, Ritter, does a great job of, commanding and being commanding this offense. Here we have a 10 picture. We got doubles. We got Zen motion. by a receiver who's one of their best receivers, the kid from Lewis, you know, right down in Broward County from Miramar High School. So, you know, very familiar with him. You have this Zen motion here. The quarterback does a great job of going through the mesh, reading the defensive end. You know, once that defensive end knife down, now he's going to pull it. And if you don't have a hat for a hat, in this case, you know, he's going to take off and run with the football. So he does a great job of doing that and being in control of the offense. So we got to do a great job of making sure our guys are in the right place and we put them in the right place as a coaching staff, you know, to make sure we be in position to make the plays we need to make. Here down in the red zone, you have a bunch look. Again, you have the Y motion with this guy rocking back. You have mesh concepts coming with this. You know, anytime, you know, you have flipped receivers here at the bottom here, as we see. You know, these guys run the mesh concept with some flood routes to the field here. So we got to make sure we do a good job of expanding and matching the routes and being in position to make a play on the football. This guy has a quick release, and like I say, he knows where he's going with the football, so we have to be disciplined with our eyes and make sure we get in place and put our guys in the right position to go attack and make plays on the football here. So it's about our continuous preparation and then, you know, making sure we be in position to stop the run game with Warren, who's a great back. We watched him last week and the things he's done over the course of the season. You know, 1,000-yard runner, and then you have a quarterback here in Ritter that's passed for over 2,000 yards. So we got to make sure we put ourselves in great position to be +1.
Well, it's a good thing you go against some great backs every day. He's got a staple of running backs that he works with.
Well, no doubt about that. In terms of our prep each and every week going against those guys, it helps us on Saturdays.
So what are the running backs looking at going against Cincinnati?
Well, I mean, just first of all, just understanding who we're playing and what we're playing. You know, understanding the head coach comes from a long line, great pedigree of defensive football. It has shown every single week. I mean, they're top 10 in the country in almost every defensive category. They're really aggressive, okay, in your face. They're one of the top defenses in the country against the run. I think they give up 100 yards rushing per game. So we have an immense challenge ahead of ourselves. Again, going back to, you know, effort, execution, and it's just taking it one play at a time. And so if you can do that, it just really turns into execution skill and effort. So what gives you a chance against a team that like this, I mean, they're really a bad bounce away from being undefeated. So everything that they've gotten as far as the rankings and everything is well-deserved. This will be the toughest test that we've had this far. So on this here, this is an overtime play here. Okay, as you can see, SMU is driving. They're in the low red zone. All right, and just coming up with big plays when they matter. That's the mark of a good team. All right, so they're in man coverage here, pressure in the quarterback. Okay, your safety up top. Obviously he reads the play, gets a good jump, undercuts the receiver, game-winning touchdown. You know, 87 yards for a touchdown to win the game. Okay, again, this is an away game for them, so you know they showed up. They're going to come down here no different. And they're coming down expecting to knock us off. Next play here, another tight game against Temple. All right, showing multiple fronts and different things that give you a lot to look at. Again, guys never stop playing. If you look at their front movement, all right, they're disciplined. They're very well coached. Again, their head coach is a great defensive mind. They're going to be well coached. Their eyes are going to be in the right place. Miscue by Temple, big turnover. Again, opportunistic, very high energy, very aggressive defense. It's going to be a good fun, good challenge.
Well, I look forward to seeing it, as well as I'm sure Night Nation is very excited for this game. And
That's right.
Good luck tomorrow, you guys, against Cincinnati. And as always, go Knights.
Charge on.